everyone, welcome back to our channel. This video will be a challenge called Summer Outdoor Dining Challenge, hosted by the lovely Rebecca and her lovely channel Style My Sweets. I will put a link down below for her lovely channel. We have the freedom to make the video our own. It only have to do with the summer and outdoor living. We love to show you our favorite place in my garden, where we always are sitting and relaxing with the family. Often we eat there our meals also. We like then a simple meal. Mostly my daughter-in-law makes her diner soup, which we all love very much. Later in the video she will show you her recipe and you will see how she makes her diner soup, called in the Dutch ettensoep. It is a really Dutch soup, but it's so delicious. Hope you enjoyed the video and please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Have a great weekend and a lot of love from us. Bye!
Today you're gonna cook a pea soup with me. It's a traditional Dutch soup which is eaten a lot during winter or fall, but I'm already in the Christmas mood, and with Christmas the pea soup for me is a really important item. So let's cook. I have the ingredients already here. What we need is some green split peas. I'm gonna use some carrots. These are smoked bacon strips. They're raw, so you have to cook them before we can use them. Some cauliflower, of course, leeches, and potatoes, onions, and we have some herbs here, which we're gonna add at latest. First of all, I'm gonna boil, I think, 1.5 liters of water, and then I'm gonna add the peas. And while it is cooking, I think it has to cook for about 30 minutes. Then we can add the meat and the rest of the vegetables. Really important in this soup is the potatoes, so you need this to make the soup really thick. In Dutch it is called erwtensoep or pea soup, and if you keep it on the stove with the fire off, of course, I think for a day, yeah, if you wait a day, then it gets really thick, and that for us is the most delicious pea soup. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, so first let's add the split pea. You need a pretty large pan for this because we're gonna use a lot of ingredients. Well, and now we have to wait for the water to boil. Alright, now the water is ready. I'm gonna pour it into the pan. Well, that's about 1.5 liters. I'm gonna put that one back and turn the fire on. now we have to wait till the water is boiling. Don't forget to stir really well. You have to stir this really well while it is cooking. I think at least once every 10 minutes. Yeah, to avoid it gets burned. I don't use any salt in this recipe because the bacon strips are already pretty salt, and well, we don't like that much salt in our food, so if someone wants to add some salt while the soup is ready, feel free. Alright, I've waited a few moments and now everything is boiling. I'm going to stir through the pan. Just to make sure nothing of the peas is, attaching to the bottom of the pan. The water turns a bit white, but that's not a big business. It disappears after a while. Well, look, it's boiling pretty well. I think I'm replacing a pan to a smaller stove, so it cooks nice and easy, because this one is too big for the pan for the soup. So then it boils too hard and then everything burns. Just give it a stir already again. It already smells great now. Well, I think that's it. I'll leave it there for, I think, about 10 minutes, and I'm gonna chop the vegetables now. I think the soup is now boiling for about 10 minutes. I already stirred in the pan, and now I'm gonna add the bacon strips. Just don't pour them in too hard. Well, that's practically it. Now we have to wait the water to boil again. I think I put the fire a bit higher now. This is what makes the soup really salt but tasty. So we don't need extra salt in our soup right now. Oops. I think it's time to stir. Just like this. Peas are already getting much softer, which is good, of course. Well, and now we have to wait, I think, for about 20 minutes or something like that. Just turn it up a little bit more. So it starts boiling again, because of course the bacon strips are cold. I'll place them in the fridge. Yeah. I think we have to wait a few more minutes. Oh no, there it's already coming. The water starts to boil. Well, okay, I'm just gonna leave it there. Alright, now the water is boiling and I'm gonna cut the vegetables. It's important to first cut the potatoes and then add onions to the soup, because these are the the hardest vegetables. They have to boil a lot longer than the other vegetables. I think I'll just cut the potatoes into minces, and of course wash them first before adding them to the soup, because as you can see, a lot of dirt comes out. Alright, now the potato is cut. I'm going to rinse this off and then add it to the pan with the soup. Alright, now the potato is added to the pan, and now it's time to cut the onions. I already removed the skin of the onions, and now we're gonna cut them into small dices. I'm done, I'm going to add the onion to the pan with the soup. Up to cutting the next vegetable, which is the carrot, or actually 2 carrots. I already rinsed them off, and now I'm gonna cut them. Don't forget to remove the top, that doesn't taste well. And you can use the rest of the carrot in your soup. And this is the last bit of the carrot. I'm gonna add it to the soup. Well, we're almost there. I'm now gonna cut the leeches and the cauliflower. I already washed both items. And after that, we only have to cut the herbs. Alright, we're done. I'm now going to put this into the pan and I'm going to clean the whole workspace for you, just to make sure that everything is nice and clean for cutting herbs, sorry. Well, now it's time to cut the herbs, and I also forgot we also need to cut the celery. For this one I'm going to use a small knife, but for cutting the herbs I want to use this larger knife. Because that makes cutting, at least for me, a lot more easier than cutting with such a small knife. Well, that's done. I'm going to add this and then I'm going to cut the herbs. First, you need to cut them like this, and then after that we're gonna chop like that. Or at least that's my way to cut herbs. Well, I think the pieces are now small enough. I just have to wait. I'm not going to add this right away. I first want the soup to be nice, boiled and merged into a thick soup. Then I'm going to add the herbs. Well, the soup is now boiling for about half an hour, or 1 hour, something in between. And I'm starting to notice that it got right thick. Yeah, the right thickness. So I'm going to add the herbs, and then I'll leave the stove on, I think, for about 15 or 20 minutes. Then I'm going to turn it off, and then I'm going to let it cool down and wait till the next day, and then we have really thick pea soup. Good morning, everybody. It's the next day. I left the soup in the fridge overnight just to let it cool down. And I want to show you the final result of cooking pea soup with me. It is a very thick soup. I can leave a spoon just in there. It becomes a little bit thinner when you heat it up, but when it's cooled down you can see it's just very thick. I hope you liked this video, and I'm gonna leave this now in the fridge. Or maybe even in the freezer. I want to store some pieces of the soup for later. I'm not gonna eat this on my own in such a day or something, because when you leave it longer than a day, I recommend you to store it in the freezer. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, and we hope to see you next time in the next video. Bye bye!